Hello, hello, hello. Happy Thursday, guys. I was supposed to go live later on, but something came up, so I had to change the time. So I hope everybody got the notification. I do. So, hello, Rosemary. Hey, Lynn. How are y'all doing today? What everybody doing today? I got my coffee. Y'all remember that fly I was telling y'all about? I just took him out. I tried to let him out the door. He would not go. He's been in here for the last 3 days, buzzing around in my ear. And y'all know how flies are. It's kind of like unruly people. They get to buzzing around and you just want to slap the taste out of them and you can't catch them. Hi, Dory. Oh, Lynn took off from work today. Girl, yes. I'm happy to have you here. I got some paper. We're going to slap some paint on some paper. Going to use my Rosa Gallery. Yesterday, hey, Avalie. And hello, all those that are going to be on Team Replay, giving you your flowers early because I know Team Replay, I do forget. Hi, Eddie. Um, but yeah, when I got off the live yesterday, I kind of took my own advice and really just went and sat and relaxed. I didn't do what I said I was going to do with the stencil and work on that. But when I woke up this morning and I got up and I pulled my laptop out, and then I got my iPad. When I tell you I did some things real quick that it was better than it probably would have been from yesterday of me trying to make it work or figure it out. It was good to get some rest. So, Lynn, yes. Carla, y'all look at Carla. Everybody give Carla a great big congratulations. If you haven't seen her latest blog, go check it out because she had some good news. Good news. I love good news. I was happy to see that this morning, Carla. Let's see. I'm gonna play with this brush. I'm gonna play with some brushes that I haven't played with and try my best not to pull out. I try my best not to pull out a round brush. I try my best not to. But y'all know I'm gonna pull it out. You know I'm gonna pull it out. I am. So this past week it's been very interesting. I'm not gonna say it was a bad week because no week above ground where you open your eyes and God gives you another day is a bad day or a bad week. So again, I'm changing the way that I kind of say things. Like the word trigger. Like once I tell myself it's like, hey, that's bothering you, right? Then with our emotional intelligence, we're asking ourselves, okay, well, why is that bothering? So it shouldn't be triggering you. So I'm even kind of redefining, does everything really does it really trigger me? Or have I relabeled it? Or have I renamed it? I mean, do I need to relabel it or rename it? You know what I'm saying? Um, but I want everybody to feel safe today. I want everybody to, and me coming early today was really more of me coming from a good, calm, relaxed place. Like so much so, I was walking through took my walk this morning, went to the mailbox, got my packages, took the dogs out and played around with them. And I just took some deep breaths in and out. And I was just like, you know what? I feel so good today. So instead of kind of waiting, I was just like, I don't have anything else to do today. Okay, I need to do this before here or here. All right, you know what? Let's change the time. I'm like, I can do that. Because hope. This week I had hope that I would feel better. I had hope that things were going to get better because hope is y'all know what that was Reggie Jackson's not Reggie Jackson. Um oh Lord, well Jesse Jackson's thing. Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. That was his campaign slogan. Keep hope alive. And here I am over here saying keep hope alive, right? Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. And I thought it was very befitting. Since it's World Watercolor Month 2026, got to slap that on there because it comes up every year. And if you're on Team Replay and you might have me in the background, it could be 2028. This video, at this time of this recording, it's World Watercolor Month 2026. Mood and color really fit today because why? I'm going to kind of let my brush pick the colors. And I still need, let me see, I need pinks. Hold on, let me get my pink palette. Sorry, that's the one. Wait, wait. So it was blue, not pink. Hold on. So it was red. Red and pink is in here. That's what that represented. Red and pink, then yellow, and then blue. Those are my monochromatic palettes from last year, World Watercolor Month. I put together because I was trying to figure out what color. Because remember, we were talking about hodgepodge palettes yesterday? And so these are kind of my hodgepodge palettes with different, with all the brands that I own, minus handmade watercolors. So you got Blick, you got Winsor Newton, A Gallo, Shinhan, uh, Winsor Newton, Lucas Creel, Rosa Gallery, Daniel Smith. I even have Dollar Rowney. I know I'm probably killing that, but that's what that DR. Intense, that has some intense. That's handmade actually. And Sennelier, whatever, however. Marry Blue, PWC, and Ren's. Oh, that's handmade too. So I got two handmaids that's in here. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, Dory. Uh, Dory, I went to the doctor this morning. They failed to tell me that oh, doctor was out today. Oh, don't you hate that? Oh, after waiting 20 minutes? Oh my goodness. Yeah, this hope, well, look, this hope. Lynn, was you nice? And say I was not happy about it, but was you nice? My doctor will not be happy to hear this when I tell her. See, listen, daughter number two, she has her doctor on the phone. So her doctor would have texted her and told her. I was like, you know what, it's cool to know your doc. But that's how it is in Jacksonville. Like I know my dentist. Actually, my pediatrician that I had when I was in probably seventh, eighth grade, he just passed away. I believe I was in the seventh, eighth grade. But yeah, he was like my kid's doctor, my doctor. Yeah, he wasn't practicing still, but he was up there. He was up there in age. But he was a good doc. I like a good doctor. Even though I have white coat syndrome, I like a good doc. I like a good doc that listens. Okay, so I have all these colors out here. You're in the chat right now. Tell me what colors are you feeling? Like I got blue because I'm still on the blue kick. I can never not be on the blue kick. Love my blue watercolors. And the interesting thing about what I like in watercolors, it's not the same thing for acrylic paint. Isn't that interesting? Don't know why. You was nice, Lynn. There you go. Yes. Because, see, they used to people probably going off on them. And if you served them with a cup of kindness, they probably didn't even know how to receive that. Purple. You know, I can always be on a purple kick too. That's why I think I like these palettes. I'm going to pull something out of this one because blue and purple we're going to put in, but no but. We're just going to put it in. We're going to put it in somewhere. But I want to see. So that way I can try to go in on all colors. So Eddie, are you painting today? What are we doing today? Eddie, I feel like I need to have a class with you. I feel like we need to get on Zoom because I feel like you know more about bridges than I do. That the bridges were making me wanting to go and just jump off a bridge. And for those that know, I'm talking about in Procreate. We're talking about designing. I'm not talking about anything else like physically jumping off a bridge. So don't nobody send the police. Don't send the police to my house. Don't send the police to my house. I'm good. Only thing I'm gonna jump off of is the lawnmower or the tractor. That's it. Not. I'm good. I'm good. You're just watching today. Well, I hope I can inspire you to pick that brush up and just go slap some paint on some paper or a pen. Because you know you did that. If y'all hadn't seen his latest video with his watercolor with them blues, and then he put them pencils on it. Oh my goodness, it was so pretty. I pulled out some stuff. Um, and I pulled out some canvas. I don't know if you've ever watercolored or did a gel pull on canvas, but I got this found this canvas paper. Well, not paper, but it's canvas. It's literally canvas. And it is, I got it from Hobby Lobby, I know years ago, because the whole thing has changed. But it's for watercolor and other wet mediums. And I did I did gel pulls on it, and then I put some watercolor on it. And it's over there. I left it over there to dry, so I didn't pick it up. If I get up again, I'll go get it, show you what it did. Let's see. These are, wait, that says Holbein. No, these are not Holbein. That goes in my other thing. Oh, okay, there it is. You know, because all these got cheat sheets. So I can tell you, call myself, try to tell you what the colors are, but I don't know. I didn't write on these either. That sucks, but we got that. So I'm going to use, this is Opera Rose. Opera Rose is a beautiful color, and Quinacridone Opera. I like those two colors. So we're going to kind of use these aqua pinks, which is these right here. Um, haven't watched Eddie's whole video yet, but it sure starts out great. Yep. Yes, it does. And he's not talking, so you know. I also have orange sitting here on my desk. Oh, orange is pretty. Hey, Adrian, how are you? But so mood and color. What's your mood? What's your color? And I don't know. I'm gonna say I don't have a color that I think match my mood. I think I kind of, I don't know. Y'all tell me. Did you used to go on did you used to kind of go on what the world called, like, oh, it's a blue Monday, or stuff like that. That's what I kind of used to do. And be like Monday would come around, and I used to like hate Monday because like everybody else like hate Mondays. And I was just like, oh, Mondays just suck. But then I came to realize I didn't hate Mondays. I actually liked Mondays. I wasn't one of those people when I would go to work, I would live for the weekend. But I knew when Friday came, I was going to have 2 days off and it would be cool. But I lived for Monday because I knew once I get through the week, I was going to have my weekend. Hey, Cookie Wookie. Actually, you didn't have the wrong time today. I changed the time. You had the right time. Cookie, you know you had the right time. You do. But I changed the time because I was feeling a little spunkish here. So I said, why wait? And then I need to do some other things this afternoon. And that way I say, well, let me go, not get World Watercolor out the way, but because I'm feeling what the title is today, it's World Watercolor Mood and Color. And before the mood changed, I wanted to like pop on this week and give an outstanding live, because this week, again, how should I put it? I'm going to give it a good word. We're going to find a good word. It wasn't trying. It wasn't hard. I made it, I feel like I made it through because today's Thursday. Thursday is my Friday. But since it's World Watercolor Month, I'm here every day. So, but I gave myself a whole lot of grace today. I did. As I was looking at the dogs run around, they were just running. Not Boaz, but Buster and Simon, they were just running left and right, just running up and down the field. And I was like, oh my goodness. And then I started running with them. And I was just like, yes. And so then I start thanking God for just the simple things in life, right? The ability to be able to run up and down that field with the dogs. Because somebody, as I pulled up, when I got a notification, had to go over Makers, and then that's when I saw that great news for Carla. But I pulled up in my church that I attend in Jacksonville. was live. And I was just like, well, only time y'all live on a Thursday like this, it's a funeral. So I went to see who it was. And my Sunday school teacher from back in the day, they were having her funeral. So then I was just like, Lord, thank you. Because, like, Minister Carter didn't wake up this morning. And I'm talking about a woman of like wisdom, and she took life on with an educational standpoint. It was always ask more questions, ask questions. You know, Sunday school was never just about what was in the book. She would always say, be inquisitive, ask questions. If it doesn't feel good, ask questions so that you can learn for yourself. And so that it didn't make me sad, but it made me feel, because she's lived a great life, and it just made me very, very grateful and very, very hopeful. Hope that I'm just still alive. So I decided to come over here in the studio and just, just like, let's change the time. And, about 11:15, I was just like, oh, we can change it. I can change it to noon. And then that'll give, people time to get the notifications and everything. But if you're here, you're meant to be here, you know and I want to inspire you today, not only by these beautiful colors that are going down on this paper, because oh my goodness, is that not pretty, but I just want to leave you with a little hope today. My hope that I got and I gained from running up and down the field with my dogs. Now trust me, when I was done, I was tired. So what that tells me is I maybe need to do it maybe more, right? I'm so grateful to be here and to be alive. Like, remember, y'all, I used to tell y'all there were some days after my son's death and after, years ago when my daughter and granddaughter died, I just would wake up and be like, oh, I gotta live with this pain another day. It's just like, God, why didn't you just take me in my sleep? Like, the hope wasn't in my, it was nowhere in my verbiage, nowhere. I didn't have hope. Grief kind of robs you of hope. And when you don't, I'm speaking for me, and when you don't know if you're going to ever have it again, if you're ever going to smile again, if you're ever going to just love again like that, because, when you lose a child or you lose a loved one, it kind of makes your heart hurt. And I had to accept the fact that my heart was hurting. And so I'm happy to say here I am 19 years after my daughter and granddaughter, and 7 years after my sons, that I have hope. So I'm grateful that you guys are here today, because those that are here today and those that hear it on team replay, um, you might need to be encouraged today. And I want to leave you, with my peace. And I want you to be ready. Like Lynn said, she had to go to the doctor, and then she didn't even see the doctor and had to wait 20 minutes. Right? But she still left in a peaceful state because why? She got the day off. So those are the things that we look at, and we kind of cherish the little things in life, not so much the big things, but those little nuggets. My dog was running up and down the field, gave me hope, right? And hope because I'm still alive. And sometimes, I told y'all I get guilty. I get guilty. I get guilty because sometimes I feel so happy, and I feel like after losing two children, I just feel like I get, that guilt creeps in. But that's not the hope and the love of God. God said that we're going to have trials and tribulations. We're not going to have a life that it's going to go uneventful. We're going to have some events that we're going to have to tread through. We're going to have some people that we want to slap the taste out their mouth, but we're going to have to. We're going to have to deal with them. We're going to have to learn how to love them anyway, right? But I also know that sometimes we just might be feeling really tired, discouraged, disappointed. This week I was unsure about what was going to come next. You may be smiling on the outside, but inside, sometimes I'm wondering how much more can I take, right? Like, y'all know me. I tell you quick, when I get to praying to God, I'll be like, when is this going to change? When is this going to be over? When is my family going to be on one accord? Right? You may be looking at your life and thinking that nothing is moving, nothing is improving. That's what I was just like this family thing. I feel like when my son passed, I lost more than just him because all the kiddos went in separate directions. Everybody was grieving, everybody was hurting, and everybody was hurting each other. So, me personally, I had to take care of me. So today I want to just kind of speak directly to that place in your heart that I kind of spoke to my heart while I was running up and down the field with the dogs. Hope is still alive. And don't worry, even if you're grieving, even if somebody or people have disappointed you, or you're fearful of what's going to come next, or, loneliness, exhaustion. But y'all know what? You're still here. And if nobody else tells you today, I'm grateful that you're here. I'm grateful to see you in the chat. I'm grateful to know that you woke up this morning. I'm grateful that I didn't have to get a notification that somebody that I've cherished over here in my art world is gone. So, as I was shouting, running, and celebrating my life, I saw hope and it was fun. So maybe y'all need to pull out the inner child. Maybe not run. I mean, but if you can, run a little bit. Get your run on. Because and I might pay for it by tomorrow. Like so when I'm on the live tomorrow, if I be like, y'all, I paid for that run. Just know it was worth it. It was well worth it. It was. It was very much so. Very much so worth it. All right, let's slap this down here. I want more of this. These are my rows of galleries that I'm using. Topeka says, I hate the weekends. Too darn long to the weekdays. Okay, so you like weekdays too? And I think it depends on what we do. Like the people that have to go and literally deal with people on jobs every day, I can understand them wanting to be at home. And I think I'm blessed to after having worked, especially in retail all those years, to be able to be at home and work from home and to work for myself. I think that's why I love Mondays and to be able to share some joy with other people in a different way. Because Lord knows having to deal with people in person, some mean and hateful people. Well, let me take that back. Only in Colorado, I had to deal with mean and hateful people. When I was working in Florida, I really didn't. People were happy. They were, especially when I worked in Daytona, they were usually coming from the beach, so they were happy. But Colorado, baby, it was some hateful folk there. Hateful and sad to say, I dealt with more racist people in Colorado than I've ever dealt with, even in Alabama. The people in Colorado, they were just so mean, just for no apparent reason. I never got it. I never understood. I never understood it. I still don't understand. Okay, I'm gonna leave that with three. Now I'm gonna switch over what we had. We had orange, we had blue, purple, um, feel love and Christ better. Youngness is enduring. Jesus, yes. Yes, her glorified body keeps moving forward. Yep. You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it, babe. Do. Y'all know I've been hanging out with Crystal. Okay, let's see. This orange has kind of been a little contaminated because all of my colors usually are contaminated. Got a dash. All right, Dory. I'll see you later. Oh, that's going to be pretty. And this is a number, I don't know, this is a Winsor Newton Filbert, and it's got a half or something on it. I never understood their brushes, but yeah, look at that. Lay that down and kind of turn it a little bit. That has a lot of pigment in it. So I'm going to put some more water and let it run, do its thing. You know what? Just let that be one whole flower. There we go. Pull some of that down there and put some there. Look at that. There we go. Boom. One big flower, and then I'm going to kind of make it look like it has friends. And this brush, I kind of do little angles with the brush. And we're going to put stems. Yeah, that's going to be big. We're going to have to put something else over there to kind of hold it up. That's a big one. But no worries. We're just going to keep slapping this paint down. Let's try that again. We still got a lot of pigment on there. Kind of going to make that there and that there. Pull this one from here. That over there. And that'll go that way. That one, that one. Yep. Well, there. Right there. I put a little, there it is. Look at that. Love it. Love it when them blossoms, when you just let that watercolor do its thing. Oh my goodness. Don't try to control it. Just put it in there. Just get in there. Yeah, yeah. There we go. I was thinking about Mariah yesterday. It's just like, God, I hope they're having a great, marvelous time. I remember when we went on our cruise last year, this time, as a matter of fact. It was a fun time to be had. Actually, no, it was in June. I think it was in June. I did two brushes. I'm on the way. I'm doing good. Using two brushes. I've made flowers and they're not my round, not with the round brush. All right, now we're going in. This one is a number 12 and it's also a filbert brush. Let's see. Purple. Said purple. You know, I'm not gonna be mad at this purple. I want it to have a little bit. All right. Down. Do, 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 do. Y'all can hear the puppy. He is snowing away because he was running too. I had to be away from him because he kind of gets under your feet and he'll be done knocked you over. And next thing you know, I'll be out there in the field and don't want nobody passing by. And I'm all on my butt. Not what I want. All right, I got that one, that one. Let's do a little bit more water and kind of do that right there. And this one going to be a butt. Put the butt there. Let that dry a little bit. Love that purple. Ooh, that purple is good. I like looking at this orange. Probably gonna have to do something else, but I'm not. I'm gonna leave it alone. But I'm liking what I'm liking. What to say? I'm loving what I'm putting down. Let's do blue. And I'm gonna change brushes. So we're doing four brushes. What I say? Blue, blue. Blue, 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 blue. So what does everybody have on for today? Anybody got anything planned for the weekend? Um, let's see. Tip it down and go that way. There we go. Spend a little time with this one. I'm not doing anything other than I have some World Watercolor Month, of course, be on here, be live with y'all. Um, but I have some things that, of course, I need to have done before Tuesday, I think. So I will be spending some time on the porch. I can't do it in the studio because when I get frustrated, then I'll pick up some paint. And then next thing you know, time is gone. My plans are to stay away from It's yes, Eddie, you know what? Um, that's another one of those things that in my hometown, well, this is my hometown, but in Jacksonville, where I lived, they had an incident to happen in St. Johns County, which is literally not far from where my daughters live. And the people there having a vigil, because they said, like I said, they want answers. Like the person shouldn't be, shouldn't be. So I feel you on that. I don't have no reason to leave the house either. Glad you're being cautious, Eddie. Been told it's not great out there. It's not. It's so sad. I mean, and here's the thing, is it doesn't matter who you are at this point in time. It's just like people have been given a license to kill. And I just don't understand it. I really don't. Which is why I had to find the hope in my own journey because I was feeling all of this stuff. And I was just like, oh my goodness, what in the world? And like every time I pull up social media, that's why I had to get off Facebook. I only be on Facebook truly for makers because it's so sad. It is just so sad. And I guess maybe if I go and look at the times for when my grandmother and my great grandmother and them when they were, I guess this is kind of, I don't know. My grandmother, one doesn't talk about it and the other one, she didn't really have to live that life. She pretty much, I guess, well, remember I told y'all my one grandmother, she was light enough that she could pass for white. So that's why I figured she probably didn't have a lot. And then my other grandmother is, of course, darker than me. And so they had a lot of, you don't belong, or, they had a lot of what's going on now. And my grandmother did tell me, she was just like, the difference in your time now is y'all get warned. We didn't get warnings when, people were going to come and set something on fire or, pull you over just because. Or I remember she was saying that one time, I didn't know this was a real thing. I really thought this was something I saw on I saw on TV. The sundown town. Like I didn't know that this was a real thing. And she's just like, no. And when if your husband was late coming home, he had to, run through the bushes and try to get home because, you know, they say you let the sun go down on his, behind. And I was just like, oh my God. So now I guess it's sad that we have to live a life like that still, and that people feel like it's okay. But I guess deep down inside, this is how people have been feeling all along. And this, sad to say, this presidency, I guess, have allowed people to just feel like they can do what they want to do to anybody and get away with it. Just sad. That's all I can say about it. It's just sad. So me running through the fields today, some people can't do that, right? Hell, if the wrong person come up my road and see me running through the fields, you never know what might happen. A black girl like me shouldn't be running through the field. Just saying, you never know. So I rather stay home and I rather stay in my studio. And it's not that I'm scared. It's just that I want to be one less problem that somebody feels the need to want to bother with. Like there was an incident at one of the Waffle Houses close to here. Like, and this wasn't a black and a white thing. This was a black on black thing. And I was just like, isn't there enough going on? Like, why are y'all out here tripping? You know? And then I saw something else on social, I think it was on TikTok, and it was like, oh my goodness, is that really what's going on? Why can't we just be happy for each other? I don't know. I really don't know. Um, and I know establishments are feeling the pinch of people staying home and not going places. I know it has to be. It has to be affecting people's pockets. because right now you don't really have to leave home. Just stay home and order offline and hope the people that deliver your stuff to the door is not going to be a jerk about it. And the other thing I don't understand is, y'all, it's a bunch of crap that I don't understand. So we'll just start with what I do want to talk about because it's a whole bunch of stuff in this world I am not understanding right now. I'm not. But what I am doing is I'm trying to encourage myself and keep my hope that I know that one day we'll kind of, I ain't gonna say we'll be, I don't know, but I really want to know what make America great again. Like, what does that mean? Like, is this great? Killing people in the streets? Is that what great is? And if it is, then I believe that's what people relished in a long time ago, back in the day. And you have to breed this kind of hate. Like, it's not the kind of hate that just, you just go to work and you just like, oh, I just don't like her because she's, brown, or she's, black, or she makes more money than me, and who she thinks she. This is it has to be like you have to wake up every day and tell your child uh that people are bad. These kind of people are bad. These are not your people. These are not your people, and you always hate these people and always never give these people respect. And you do it in a way like they're taught how to do these things. That's just kind of what I feel. So, y'all, it's very disappointing, and it could bring a lot of fear. So I get it. I do get it. Carla says, I didn't go to Charlotte like I planned. The NASCAR Hall of Parade is this evening. Now I know how redneck that sounds, but NASCAR started here truly, and it's come back a big deal. I don't know that I would say that was. I don't know. Why would we call so yeah, I don't know. See, but again, there's something else that I'm very ignorant to the fact as to why would we put those two together. I wouldn't. I mean, I used to go to NASCAR. Daytona 500. So I wouldn't put that with that, Carla. I wouldn't. Hey, Morena, how are you? Um, but you know what, Eddie, you're not forgotten. None of us are in the chat. We're not forgotten. And I constantly pray for everybody that comes in my chat, that comes on my channel, that even if they come over here by mistake, I pray for them in their journey, in their walk. Because I know that if you kind of come over here, you kind of want the joy. You kind of want to find the happy place in the midst of all this foolishness. And I do know that ICE was in my town, up in the city. I don't know that they were. I haven't seen them personally here in my town, Clayton or Louisville, but I've heard that they came through. So I don't know. I could have whole kinds of conversations about that, y'all, but I would prefer not to. So y'all just kind of read in between the lines to know that there's just nothing new under the sun. And again, they're just people. Carlos says running illegal liquor in fast cars. But that's the Carla, I had some of them in my family too. As a matter of fact, the latest one that I knew of, he just died last year. He's like they so I get, but you know what, Carla, that made me think of the movie. What's that movie? They were in West Virginia. Um the family that's what made me that just thought about what's that movie? Y'all know the movie. You know the movie. Um it was brothers, and they pretty much made their own, and and the one brother put some of it in the car for the car to go faster. I can't remember the name of the movie, but it was in West Virginia. And then the man where they were trying to get the illegal moonshine undone, they brought this man in and he killed the man's brother. And oh my goodness, that started a war. God, I can't think of the name of that movie. Eddie, when we were talking about movies the other day, last week, I think it was last week, or today is Thursday. I think it was last week. We were talking about movies, and everybody got to putting their movies in, and we got to talking about them loving movies and whatever. Everybody said Eddie would not agree with these movies recommendations or this movie, um, because that would not be what Eddie would be wanting to watch. So just know you wasn't in chat, but we were definitely trying our best to keep our movie keep the movies where we would, But when we went to Notebook, I said no. Eddie would not agree with that. Oh God. Revenuers. Yeah, that's what he was called. He was a revenuer. But the movie, I'm gonna have to. Oh my God, I can't think of the name of that movie. I'm gonna think of it. When I think of it, I'll write it down. Or if y'all think of it, put it in chat. Once you say it, I'll know it. Okay, we did purple, we did blue, we did orange. Was there another color? Anybody else got another color? That's a lot of assuming. I watch all sorts of things. I just finished watching Downton Abbey, lots of romance in that. But you didn't like Notebook. No, no, no. When we said Notebook, I already knew your feelings on Notebook. And you watched Downton Abbey? You watch Downton Abbey because you like Mary, don't you? And did you watch the movie? Oh, I'm very much so. I'm curious. Notebook was cheesy. Listen, Eddie, if me and Mr. McCoy could go out like that, though, that I would like to be that kind of cheesy. That was very romantic. I mean, in real life, though, people do. When you've been together as long as they had, they usually pass away within months of each other or within a year of each other. It's like their heart beats together. And it's like once the blood stopped pumping in one, it stopped pumping in the other. I was more of a fan of the Dowager. Yeah, but the Dowager and Mary, one and the same. One and the same. Man, that so which one did you look at, the series or did you look at a movie? The movie, because they have two, three movies out. I loved Downton Abbey. I have Downton Abbey on Downton Abbey is on my sleep. It's one of my sleep movies or sleep shows. Y'all know my TV, it goes off. But okay, I used 4 brushes. I'm proud of me. I'm very, very proud of me. World Watercolor Month. If I don't use any more the rest of the month for World Watercolor Month, I use 4 different brushes to do 4 different strokes. I'm very happy. I watched the original BBC series. Oh yes. Okay. I loved it. I loved it. I think that was when I realized that, I need to just accept my royalty, accept my bouginess, and be okay with it. That was it. But that Mary, she was something else. I had to look up who the Dowager was, as probably never watched Downton. Really? Yeah, the Dowager, she just passed within recent years. She was I liked her in, was it Sunshine Bus? She was a very good actress. And I liked her in, she played in the First Wives Club too. As proudly never watched Downton. I could see that. Why are you gonna watch it? But I mean, you lived out in Abbey. Like I feel like you lived that life. Why watch it? See, you know. I bet you. Did you watch any of the movies that they created about the? There was on what was it? The Netflix about the Queen. Did you watch that? I didn't want to watch it because I didn't want to be led astray. I like real facts with stuff. I don't like being led astray with stuff. Mo, I didn't know you were a countess. Countess of what? What's your town? What is it? They're the city, whatever it is. How's that work? But I've accepted my royalty. I am, and my royalty roots go back to England. So once I did my thing, I was just like, yeah, I knew that's why I was so fancy. That's why I like to change before dinner. That's why I have traveling clothes. Bougie. It's like it's in my blood. You gotta own up with who you are. Ain't nothing wrong with it. And then my kiddos are just like, it's just not that serious. Be like, yeah, it is. I have play clothes. You go outside and play. Oh, I don't like the way that did. Let's kind of put that that way. Kind of make that go that way. Yeah, there we go. We'll fix it. There we go. Let's put some more color down there to give that more of a line to separate that. And pull that over here. Yeah, we'll make it work. We'll make it work. There it is. And then because we was talking about Oceans, the Oceans 11 series, I had to go and sit down and pull those up. And I think somebody had mentioned Greece. I had to pull Greece back out and look at Greece. Luckily, all these things are on Prime. I looked at Notebook, not Notebook, Green Book again. Okay, that's better. 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay. Hi, Bridget. My daughter calls me Duchess, but Bridget, you are a Duchess, and solely, I definitely can see that. If y'all knew Bridget in real life, you would all be agreeing with me. Countess Water Lily. Carla says Thunder Road was filmed here. Oh, was it? So was Cars 3. Seriously, the animators came to the old race. Oh, nice. I could recognize it when I took the grandson to see it. I cried. Carla, that is cool. Carla, you should know the name of that movie I'm talking about. But Bridget is definitely Grease was your fault. Yes, Grease was your fault. Yes. Grease was, but we were talking, Eddie, and so we had a whole movie thing, and I looked at Catch Me If You Can again. But some movies I looked at Grease, but I really hadn't looked at Grease. So I had to go back and look at Grease, you know? Kara, did you hear P calling me Water Lily? No, I didn't hear her calling you Water Lily. Why she call you Water Lily? What video? Do I need to go back and check that out? Grease is the word. The word, the word. I'm not gonna sing, but y'all know. Okay. I'm gonna have to let that dry because it's bothering me. Hey, Darcy. Darcy, how are you? That's going to bother me, but I know it just needs to dry. I'm going to put that in. I'm going to put that there. Put that there. Kind of just a little bit right there and a little bit right there. That purple is very much so beautiful. Put this one to the butt because that's the whole flower going that way. Okay, I'm still back up here. Really need to leave it alone, Karen, and let it dry. I know, but I can't. No, I'm not going to leave it alone. I know, but you should. Now let it dry. Trust the process, Karen. So if y'all wasn't on here, that's what I would be talking to myself, telling myself to leave it alone. But if you do watercolors, you know you can't control it. Leave it alone. Let it dry. Come back to it. In lurk mode, not looking at chat, just listening in. Well, Darcy, I feel like I gotta give you something to listen to then. What we gonna talk about so Darcy can have something great to listen to? Who got something? So we got our movies. We did our movies. Mo, I'm doing my best John Travolta. Oh, I see you, Ed. I see that hand going up. Toot. Got it. Olivia Newton-John. I loved her voice in that. So I didn't look at it the first time. I guess I really didn't look at it. Look at it. Probably watched it because it was a thing to do back then. I don't know. And Death, what is it? Death in Paradise. I think this was Paradise, Death in Paradise. That's another one I've been looking at. It's on BBIC. I've been hanging out with the Brits a lot. They're on the Caribbean islands. Leave that flower alone. Put it down. Put it down. There you go. Let's just put it down. All right, I think we can start putting some leaves on some things. Go back and put some leaves on this one. So we're gonna need a big, let's see, not that big. Ah, this 10 should do. Use the grease. I use grease in my hair. Eddie, you use grease? You got your hair gel. Eddie, you put grease in your hair? Asking for a friend. She wants to know. Oh, let's put some more water in here. Wake these up. I'm gonna have to level my pans off. When I mean level my pans off, I wet it and stop digging inside. You want to kind of wear it all down at the same time. So when it goes down and I refill my pans, then they'll all be, then you can fill it at one time. Hopefully that makes sense. Oh, no, Ella, I don't use much in the hair these days. I let it go wild. I love all the British shows I have watched. You've seen all, yeah, I've seen Death in Paradise and the spinoff. Oh my goodness, Humphrey. Isn't Humphrey just the funniest? I think the saddest one I'm on, I've seen it twice. So I'm going back through it because I feel like, because y'all know when they're my sleep movies, I fall asleep on some of them. But the sad one I saw the yesterday, last night, Bridget, was when Florence got shot. And I was like, oh my goodness, I'm glad I came back. How did I miss that? But yes, I like that. And Humphrey, he is such a klutz. Oh, that is so beautiful. Look at that. So next year, this is my goal. I'm gonna tell y'all my goal. I'm gonna say it out loud so that I can name it and then put it in my mental capacity of the back side of my brain. But I want to go to Italy next year and hopefully like traveling will be a whole lot better or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. Everybody that's traveling now says traveling is fine. And I'd probably be the one that be like, get on a plane and have to deal with the Karen. Um, so I want to go next year and I want to go to Italy next year for my yearly trip. And I want to scope out a villa so that I can have an art retreat there the following year. That's what I want. So next year I got two things going on. Gonna do the getaway in, of course, Breckenridge is already on the books. Did that last year, so that's on there. But I really want to go to Italy. Told y'all yesterday I wish I was in Pisa so I could have been eating pizza. Like there's no pizza better than or in eating some olives, fresh olives. Like P was talking about the olives and just like, yeah, I don't all this stuff they got over here in the store. Mm-mm. No, thank you. I try to get the closest that I can to fresh, but hey, Alicia, how are you? So listen, as I was talking about earlier, mood and color, and I was sharing that I was in the field running with my dogs. So that's why I changed the time. I wasn't supposed to come on till later. I changed the time because I was in such a great mood, and I slapped down color like I felt like it needed to be done. I wanted to share my mood because I wanted to give everybody else hope for today because you're not forgotten. And I've learned that one of the hardest feelings in my life is feeling like the people that I've loved that have passed on is forgetting them. And I feel like the more I go on with life and the happier I am, sometimes that makes me feel like they're forgotten. So I have to remind myself it's like, no, they're not forgotten. However, you are starting to have more hope and joy in life. So therefore, your heart is healing, right? So I wanted to remind everybody you're not forgotten. The people you loved are not forgotten. All of those things, you know, I prayed for a long time and still I've prayed for this for a long time and still maybe it's like I'm healing from my son and my daughter's death, and then my children that are still living, I'm still grieving their lives, their living lives, because they're just, all over the place, or they're not where, let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. They're not where I want them to be, as in family, but I guess they are where they want to be in their own lives. And like I said, when my son died, everybody kind of went their own way, and everybody, you know, kind of separated. And so, as where I lost my son physically, I felt like I lost my children. Um, Christmases hadn't been the same, those kind of things. And so, I've found myself finding hope and knowing that I can't control everything, and I can't control that, can't control them, but I have hope that one day we'll all be together at the same table, and we'll work, or whoever, if it's differences, I don't even know. That's the other part of the problem, when you don't know. And y'all know, when you're ignorant to the fact, you just don't know. You just don't know. And I told y'all, in my emotional intelligence, I let you know when I'm ignorant to the fact of some things. And right now, what's going on in these children's and these children, these adults, let me put it this way, these adults' lives, oh my goodness, I don't even much know. Marina, y'all gonna go with me? Y'all gonna go to Italy with me? Yes, Italy is beautiful. And driving in Italy, it was the best thing. I said this time if we go, of course, I don't have car over there, so I'll probably do more train, but I love driving in Italy. Driving through the rolling hills. Oh, it's just a beautiful country. Maybe fly into Germany, Frankfurt, meet up with some friends, and then just have a little, because when you're in Europe, the way we drive to city, or state to state rather, they drive country to country in some places. But kind of try to do. I'll probably have to get Mr. McCoy to take like 2 weeks off. That probably be a lot for him, because y'all know he finds his joy is in work, and I don't take it from him. I just let him, like, do you do you, boo. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that is beautiful. Oh, very much so beautiful. Never been to Europe. Oh my goodness, you've never been to Europe. Oh, we were in Europe for 7.5 years. I would still be in Europe. Y'all, the puppy is over here sleeping, and passing gas. I just got a whiff of something. I was like, look. Uh, Cookie, did you say me either? Did she say something else? I know I quit paying the subscription and now I'm back. I have been going to sleep to audiobooks. Just finished Judge Stone, read by Viola Davis. I used to try to do Cookie. I mean, I just had to, like, I had to check the chat to see if you were answering something else. And I want to come back to London so that I can go to the coffee shop, the one that I told you that's owned by the girls, Lois and God, I can't think of the name of it. It's a pink, like the pink building. I share it with you. Okay, we got that one. So that's two, one there, one there. This one needs to come down through here. Boo, 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 come through there and kind of go there. Then we're going to bring this one up through here, over there, come through here for that one. And we're going to bring this one there, come down, boop, and boop. Boop. That green is beautiful. Coffee shop is no longer, when I looked and read about them, say, oh, it's not. Oh, that sucks. Maybe that's why her channel changed. Oh my Lord, that place was so beautiful. The word. Okay, well, I still come. There's always good coffee shops. I mean, tea, spots. It's always somewhere nice to go and just sit and paint. beautiful flowers because flowers are always out and about. So this one is, so these greens, what green was that? That one was, I don't know, I mixed them, so I can't tell you. Sorry. He over here snowing back too while he just passing gas. But I can't be mad at him because he is tired because he was running with the big dogs. He was running with his daddy and his brother. Buster is his daddy and Simon is his brother. And so we were running like we were in Joshua's Meadow, and Joshua's Meadows is two acres. So we ran from the front of it to the back. I couldn't run around because I need to go out there and mow again. And y'all know I'm not putting my feet anywhere I can't see before I get there. Because it's that time of year. And I do not want to walk up on, run up on. Definitely not with the dogs. I don't know what the dogs would do. Let's see. We want this one. Let's pull this out of there and slap that there. Pull that out there. Just slap them down. They just leave. Slap them down. Boop, 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 boop. This one, put one right there. Come right there and just add some green. I like this color. They're both beautiful. All right, let's put these over here. Now, what I'm going to do with these, I don't know. Mr. McCoy, how are you? I forgot. I didn't forget about you yesterday, but by the time I thought about it, it was too late. I have not forgotten about you. Morena was saying that she wants to go to Italy when I go next year. Are we game? Is it going to be the McCoys going to Italy? Maybe we can go back to Croatia and go to that nude beach. Carla says, yeah, that's the little McCoy. I had a chance to go to Europe with my art history class. Daddy said, I'm d- he done his tour of Europe and there was nothing there I needed to see. Oh my goodness, but Carla, there was so much. I'm glad, and that's one thing I am glad to say. I can say that even though everything that happened way back when in Europe, I'm happy to say that um, I'm happy that I went, and I'm happy that a lot of people don't hold the ill will like they used to. I mean, I feel like there's more love there than it is here. Like there was, I didn't experience any issues when we lived in Europe. When I lived in Germany. I didn't have any. The Germans were great. Then we went to Italy. The Italians are great. Of course, the Italian men were just, oh my goodness. I was just like, you can just keep talking. I don't care what you're saying. Just keep saying it. Whatever you're saying. And then we pretty much would live in Paris because Paris was only like 4 hours away from us. So if I personally could go back and live anywhere, I would go back and live in Germany. Our landlords cried when we left. They would come and bring us fresh, like there were apple trees in the yard. They would bring us fresh venison. Like it was great. I spent a year in Okinawa. And now I haven't been to Japan, but I have a friend that's in Japan. I've been trying to, I said we were gonna go, but and I've driven down to shop in Mexico, but that's the extent of my visit to other countries. Well, Alicia, at least you can say you've been to other countries. Yeah, Daddy was in World War II. Yeah, yeah. My dad wasn't, but my granddad was. I think it was my granddad was in World War II, but of course a different time, and so they had different they've had different feelings. So I guess now to be able to go over there, we go over there on the strength of all the fighting and hate that they had to deal with. especially black soldiers. They didn't have the freedom that, Mr. McCoy had, and all the now it was different. But again, that goes back to say on our time that we're living in now, we have to have more hope and more understanding in what's going on. There are a lot of people that are suffering in the world right now, right? And for me, I find hope in knowing that my hope is built on the fact that I get up every morning, and every morning I get up, it's just like, oh, God woke me up this morning. What you want this morning? Right. So, and then when you look at God sent his son to die for the world and the sins and all the things, remember, love is the greatest of all these things. Right. So when you look at all the suffering that has gone on in the past, that's why I'm like, why do we have to do so much of it now? But remember, there's nothing new under the sun. Everything that's going on in the world today, we can go back and talk to the people's history, and they can tell you something and the same thing. The only difference is we get to see it firsthand because we have social media, we have YouTube, we have people that are reporting on it every single day. Like I had to unsubscribe to Don Lemon, because until this Noah stuff is over with, I just can't continue to let that seep into, my eye gates, and then it seeps into my mental, and next thing you know, I'm over here triggered again. I'm going through the pain and all the stuff of like my son. And then when I saw Noah's middle name, I just like, oh my goodness. It's like, God, really? And then God continues to remind me, but look at you now, right? And I'm like, that doesn't hurt, doesn't change the way my heart feels right now. It's like, because my heart goes out for the mother, right? So then these are the things where I just want to make sure that everybody understands to keep your focus. If you have to get off of social media, get off. Just get off for 24 hours, or just have a path that you don't have to see a lot of the stuff. Because it is disheartening. It is to see that someone got gunned down in the street just because they're Mexican, or because they're brown, because they're black. It's sad. It's just sad. I mean, everybody there's no color, there's no exemption right now. People are being shot down in the middle of the street. And that right there it's just sad. But again, if you go back history, there's nothing new under the sun. I look at Jesus, he himself who bore no sins, right? I mean, he died for the sins of the world, and still, people still. But I also know that by his wounds, I'm healed. So that's why I have hope. And then that's why I keep, when things get real rough for me, that's why I keep the scriptures in front of me. I always got a scripture that's going to give me a little bit more hope. And because the scripture reminds me that Jesus is not distant from the human suffering, he himself suffered. So I feel like he understands. And y'all know, for over here at Create Joy Studio, as for me and my house, I do serve in the Lord. It's the only thing that keeps my sanity. When I wake up in the morning and my heart is heavy, it's like, okay, I know you didn't wake me up today for nothing. So what you want today? Right. And so today when I woke up and went running in the field with the dogs, it was just like, let people know about that. Let people know how happy you are. Let people know that there is hope. Right. And hope doesn't mean that you're forgetting that there's bad things going on in the world either. It doesn't. It does not. Hope does not mean that we're pretending that everything is fine where people are out here burying their loved ones today. Hope doesn't require you to ignore the pain either, right? It doesn't mean that you're ignoring it. It doesn't mean that you can't cry. Like I tell y'all all the time, I'm just a bucket of tears. And when you have hope, it doesn't mean that you are going to act strong every second of the day. Y'all already know. This week has been, I don't even want to call it rough. It's just been, maybe, I'm not even challenging. I want to find a word that really gives it good definition. We got a lot of things that happened this week, but I have hope in knowing that it's going to be okay, right? I might say this hurts, But I believe that the healing that I'm gaining in my heart is possible. That's why I come over here and push that live button and I share with y'all my real hope. And today it was from a place of like a little kid, just like I was just giddy as all could be. It's just like, yes. So, and that's what real hope says. Real hope says, I do not know what tomorrow holds. I don't. I don't even know if I'm going to wake up tomorrow, but I do know right now I'm walking in this joy today and I feel good about it. So I had to share. I had to bring and slap this paint on this paper so that I could share and give y'all some goodness. Because in this season right now, sorrow is here. But do not make a permanent decision based on what's going on in the world right now. This is why I tell people when I have conversations with people in the past in my counseling world that, maybe was teetering and tottering on, I just don't want to live no more. And it's like, find something to live for. A little glimmer, a little glitz, just what, just a little bit. My life used to be centered around my children. My children are grown now. So I can't have that same. I had to find something different. Then now my whole thing is now what makes me happy. And then once I get what makes me happy, then I come and be like, yo, this was how I pivoted and did this day. And this is how this joy happened this day. And then I come over here, I push the live button, and it's just like, hey, y'all might need a little hope too. Right? Because healing, everybody's healing from something. Everybody's healing from something. Everybody's been hurt. But emotions, our emotions, because remember, emotional intelligence, our emotions are powerful and they're temporary. And maybe what you're feeling today, maybe somebody that's going to be watching on Team Replay, or maybe somebody that's in the balcony right now, they need to just know you might not be feeling good today, but hang in there. You might not be feeling good right now in this hour, but hang in there. The next hour, it might bring something great. Just pause and breathe. Maybe say a little quick prayer. You know, find what's worthy in your life, not what's worthy in somebody else's life. Find what's good and worthy for you. So when you wake up in the morning, you know that you're living this life for you because your life still has meaning, right? When life changes suddenly, because listen, when my life changed suddenly with the first time when I lost my daughter and my granddaughter, it took 3 years for me to get myself really, really where I could say I was awake and my coma was over. And I was like, wait a minute. Okay. All right. I got to need to get this together. All right. Here we are. We're living in another country because at that time, now I got married. She died in 2007. We got married in 2009. Moved to Germany permanently in 2009. It's just like he was gone. He was in Iraq. And it's just like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. Hold on. What in the world? What in the wonderful world is going on? But I had to find the meaning for my life. I had to find out what was life now going to be because the first love that I really truly loved without, oh, I don't even know, like that girl was my reason for waking up. The first child. And my first, so she was gone. It's like, how am I going to get up and breathe every day without wanting to die? So I had to realize in writing my first book that my life still had meaning, first of all, and that my life still had, my presence still mattered, and God had something that He wanted me to do. I didn't know in the moment what it was. So I had to keep walking this thing out. I had to keep going through things. I had to keep growing and becoming more wise. My wisdom, I've gained so much more wisdom, right? The love that I had for my daughter and my granddaughter. It was my first daughter, my first child, and my first grandchild. So it was like my first. So, and then to lose my first son 7 years, like 12 years later, it's just like, God, what are we doing, dude? Like, come on now. And then I took a deep breath, standing beside yet another casket. And I said, God, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm going to need your help again. I'm going to really need you to help me walk this thing out. If you say that I'm here for a purpose, you say, oh, I'm going through this for a reason, I'm really going to need you to stand up, like hold me up, like literally be my crutch. Because right now, I don't know what we're going to do. So here I am 7 years after, because Joshua was killed in 2019. Here I am after that in 2026 and telling you that you too can have hope. Your presence matters, your voice matters, your story matters, your life matters. If you're in the chat right now, you're on this live, or if you're on team replay, don't let nobody tell you that your life doesn't have meaning. It does. It really truthfully does. Me running in the field today just gave me so much joy. And I just want to leave that with you. I just want you to know. So I feel like today I woke up to run in the field to tell you that you got this. And remember what you have already survived in life. Look where you are right now. You're still, remember what I tell you guys, you're still breathing, you're still creating, you still have the opportunity. If you don't like what yesterday was, then, write a different story today. If you didn't like the paint, the paint that you slapped on the paper, pull it back out. Cover it up with some gesso. Y'all know me, I'm quick to cover up something with some gesso. And then what kind of peeps through is still some beauty. There's beauty in the mess. Take it from me. There's beauty in the mess. There's beauty in chaos. Trust me. Trust me. Take it from me. The woman that done stood beside not one but two caskets of my children. There's beauty. There's beauty after. God didn't bring you and keep you here just to live this life to just suffer. There's beauty coming. There's beauty there. I know it is. Trust me. I went from living in the subdivision and it's just like, okay, I just want my peace to now we're on 10.5 acres. Now I really want 141 acres. People like, well, what you gonna do with that? Do I have to do anything with it? God ain't making no more land. I mean, I still have children. I want to make sure everybody has somewhere to live. I don't want anybody to ever have to worry about where they're gonna live. Right? There's always opportunities. And then look, if they don't want to live on the ranch or if they don't want to live here, they still have opportunity. They can never say we didn't provide. But the one thing we won't do, the one thing we won't do is we won't sell property. We want more property, but we don't want to sell because God ain't making no more land. They're slapping these condos, these townhouses, they're slapping this stuff up and you can't breathe because you ain't got no air. Oh, y'all are in the chat. Let me go back. Sorry, I got on a little. See, get the painting. But he still wanted to say things. Okay, I saw that. We have to come. Yes, yes, yes. I wish I want children taught us to. Okay, okay. I watched. Oh Lord, I watched that and that thing just that movie. Passion of Christ was too much for me. Because remember, I told you I like movies that are I want the storyline to be. I did like the House of David, but yeah. Where is Carol? Because when I was running today, this morning, I thought of Carol. Y'all know Carol. I'm living vicariously through Carol Buckingham. Shamari said, no, not the beach. Y'all, we went to Croatia and let's just say, they had they had a new beach. We got off the boat and just was looking and just like, wait, I feel what's going on? What in the world? It was nothing nobody wanted to see. Just saying. Nuts shouldn't be allowed out when they get that age. I'm just gonna say it like that. And y'all know when I went to Kalolavari to Hotel Poop. We did that on our first, wait, no. Wait, we went to Paris for our honeymoon, kinda. And for our first anniversary, oh no, for our first Christmas married, we went to Hotel Poop, which is in Kalolavari. And if you haven't seen The Last Holiday, go check it out. It's very, very beautiful place. But when you go over in Europe, one thing I can say about going to Europe, they don't care about wearing clothes. It's optional. When you go in the spa and things, and ladies like, well, there's a robe, you can wear your robe, or at least wear your robe until you get into the grotto. I was like, what you mean? She's like, well, when you get in the grotto, you don't have to wear your robe. I was like, as in I got my bathing suit. She's like, well, if you want to wear your bathing suit, it's optional. I was like, so what you're saying? She's like, well, you can come wear your robe. You don't have to have clothes on. I was like, oh my Lord. So I thank God she prepared me, because boy, when that man sat in front of me with that smile and he was just all giddy, waiting on me to take my robe off, that thing rose them legs up and them nuts dropped down. I was like, oh my God, is that what they're going to look like when they get older? Mr. McCoy was in the sauna. I saw what went in the sauna. I was like, well, at least he gonna have a great view, because these nuts out here is just terrible. He had two young, probably maybe 50, 60, maybe, I don't know. They were very well. So, but he did come out. I was just like, well, where are you going? He's like, well, they came in there and they ain't got no clothes on. I was like, and you left? But we were going to get a massage. So he was just like, well, I'll sit out here with you. I was like, well, I ain't taking my clothes off. But the old man sat there, y'all. He was waiting on me. He was waiting on me to take my robe off. When I did take that robe off, I know bro was mad that I had that bathing suit on. So when you go over to Europe, if you've never been, clothing is optional. You go get a massage. You just wear your robe and you take it off, and they okay with all the things, and they gonna rub on all the things and massage all the things and make sure that you don't have no. I was just like, oh my God, never mind, never mind. It was an experience. And that was a time when I learned that some things we just don't need to do. And I learned that when I go to Europe, I mean when I go to Italy or some country, some places, I just didn't want to do certain things. Just didn't want it. Clothing is essential if you visit me. That's good to know. Listen, Cookie, that is good to know. Whew. Laura and her husband traveled. They went to a nude beach. She seemed to enjoy it. Well, it was probably something there, Carla, that she liked to see. I'm not saying I wouldn't have enjoyed the nude beach, but I just didn't want to see. I would have preferred to see something worthy of being seen. Let me just put it that way. You are not sitting on my sofa naked. Any beach can be a nude beach if you're daring enough. I don't know. I'm not that daring. I'm not that daring at all. But around here today with these bathing suits, most of them, all it is covering up is the bare essentials. So you're right, Eddie. It's almost, it is almost. But no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm one of them girls. I'm not gonna wear a bathing suit where it's gonna be very revealing. I guess that's the old school girl in me too. I don't know. Just some things just need to be for certain people, which Mr. McCoy, it ain't for everybody. You know, and it's to each its own. To each its own. Some people like walking around naked. Some people like sleeping naked. Let me tell you what my fear of sleeping naked: the house catch on fire, and I forget to grab something and run outside and be in the field naked. That was always a big fear of mine, is the house catching on fire. So I'm gonna sleep with clothes, and the robe is gonna be right next to the bed. So even when I do sleep in, it's gonna be covered with a robe. But the one lady when I was in Germany that did my massages, her name was Kat. She was the best. We once we got over the I'm not coming in here naked. She was like, "What? It'll relax you more." I said, "Actually, it will not relax me more. I will be so tense because I'd be worried that somebody's gonna come in the room and I'm laying here on your table naked. No, thank you." So after we got over that, and she finally stopped talking, because she was my massage there. I mean, my masseuse for the whole time we was there. Now we was there for 7 years. Um, she explained, like, it's just some people, they come in like that. And then she's she just like, well, here in Germany, like, when we go to the spas, you know, and we got beaches. We're just all on the beach. Everybody just walking around naked. I was like, really? She's like, yeah. So, you know, when we go on holiday, I was like, really? Thank you for the warning. I'll go on holiday when y'all not on holiday. Because, you know, in Germany, the factories, like a lot of the factories, they close down and people, everybody goes on holiday at the same time. That's the worst time to be on the Autobahn. You be stuck in the biggest style you ever had in your life, is when everybody is going to same place. I think, oh, Smart, you remember we went to Europa Park? Oh my God, that was an amazing park. But everybody was there, and I was so happy it rained because I didn't mind walking in the rain, hanging out in the rain. But the style, the traffic, and that's what it's called, traffic jam. So I learned to go opposite of when when the factories are going to be closed up. So it was a lot. You learn a lot when you live in different places, and I am grateful to say, so out of all of our children, so Andrew, Shamari, Shaquela. The rest of them didn't take advantage of us living overseas. Now that we're gone, that's all they can say. God, I wish I would have came. Well, coulda, woulda, shoulda. But it was a great time. Andrew actually played ball, basketball and football. So we got to travel to Berlin for him playing football. We got to travel. Where else did we go? He traveled because he played for the high school. Every part of Germany, we, you know, we would go Stuttgart, everywhere. It was just a great time. And so we would make a trip out of a trip. So if he had to go and play football, we would just make a trip out of it. The best place I went and bought some of my tea sets that I have was in Berlin. Berlin, and then we went to Brussels. I got some good tea sets from Brussels. Beautiful chocolate. Oh my goodness. Food, just amazing. Oh, feeling like I just want a trip. See? Thanks for the memories. Are any of you being affected by the Canadian wildfires? I'm not. Lisa, listen, I have a note because I was going to send you a message today because I said I haven't seen Lisa in a couple days. I needed to check in with you and the mister. I surely did. I was watering the marigolds. And some, I believe the squirrel likes the marigolds because they've been eaten off, the leaves look like they've been eaten. So I had to put some Sevin dust on them because they're almost done plucked all my leaves off. But I had a note today to send you a message to check in on you, and here you are in the chat. Yes, it's bad here in Philly. Belgian chocolate is divine. Yes. Copies just, it does not do it any good. Alicia said, I'm so sorry I got caught up in the California wildfires years ago and ended up with pneumonia. Oh, Bridget says, I was at a restaurant in Austin, Texas, that a young lady came in topless and my son was trying to cover my eyes. I still got tickled to how he tries to shelter me. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. In Austin, Texas, why was she coming in there topless? Where were you at, Bridget? I don't rightly recall that story. And why was he trying to cover your eyes? You should have been trying to cover his eyes. That's like even around these parts, you know, around here. Um, I haven't had any, but we're down, so I don't feel like I would be affected. June bugs, love them. Okay, that might be what it was, but the leaves, when I tell you it's all gone, I took a picture and I was going to send it to you. So will Sevin dust keep them off, or should I just not worry about them? Will they come back? Because they were getting so big. Lauren is in the backyard, so somebody must be passed by. Slowed down too slow for her because she started barking. She's outside. I'm going to have to put some green in here. Belgian chocolate will be good. Now, I can say, Cookie, the what's that shop in Seattle? I can say that's about the closest place that I've had to some good chocolate. Mauve, that place where I bought that box of, I was inspired from PM Artist Studio. Oh yeah, that's better. Gotta have some green in there. Just gonna pop it around there. There we go. Just pop them in. Pull this one, pull that out, pull that out, pull that through there, pull that there, pull that up there. Boop, 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 boop. Do, do, do. And my seafood was good yesterday, y'all. Mr. McCoy brought my seafood on home. So that was nice, but I didn't eat it all, so that's what will be for dinner today. Have to go to the commissary. So now, oh, gelato. Man, the gelato. Oh my goodness. Yes, yes, the gelato is. Oh, we had this ice cream shop that was right down the road from where we actually lived, and we would walk down there. Oh, that ice cream. Oh, it's not ice, that gelato is just, it's different. So that's another reason why I would love to go back and live in Europe because of the food. The food, just the food in itself. I didn't become a diabetic till I came stateside. Bread, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Bread. It's not the same. You could drink a Coke. Their Cokes are different. It's just not filled with all the stuff that we have in our food. I don't understand why we got to have all this stuff in our food. Can somebody tell me why? Tell me why. Love gelato. Oh, goodness gracious. That just made me just, I can literally just taste it on my tongue. Marina, that was a good one right there. And when we went to a retreat in Crystal, Germany, it was what they call country. So the food we were eating, it was that, it was more you eat in Germany, you go to the table and whether you know the people or not, if it's room at the table, you just sit and meet new friends. So we were at this table and we got our stuff and the other people had their food and whatever, and then the guy, the waiter, or not the waiter, because most of the time the families own these restaurants, so but they brought this red looking purplish cabbage looking stuff and put it on the table. So I was just like, that looks good. And Mr. McCoy was just like, he tasted it. And next thing I know, his was gone. So I was like, well, what was that? He's like, I don't know. It was good. So I tasted mine. I was like, oh, this beets. He's like, beets? It's like, yeah, it's beets. He's like, I don't like beets. I said, I put the bowl up. I was like, I can't tell. So we realized, and I'm so happy to say that we can get the German beets. They sell it at the commissary. They ship it in. Um, and it's sweet. It's not, I don't even know, but it's like pickled beets. And it's nothing like I've ever had. And I take it and the beets and I put it in my salad. But yeah, you're right. It is greed, corporations and profits. You're right. And when is enough money enough? Right? I look at the everything you look at like so much to the fact of now we have to make our meat, like it's not good enough to just raise a cow. Like, when is enough enough? Like, I don't know. Y'all tell me what dollar amount would be enough for you? I feel like a million would do me good. Like for a couple years. I feel like if I had $1 million right now, even going to Italy, buying a villa in Italy, paying off the ranch, totally, paying off everything, I would still have a good amount of money left over. But y'all know I know how to make a change out of a penny though. So I'm going to optimize my money. But what do you think? What would be a good dollar amount? What is enough? You love beets, especially pickled beets. Um, Beets get nice and sweet when you roast them. Really? I'd never had beets. I got in trouble when I was younger because I didn't like beets. I wasn't eating them, and that was because they was nasty. Now Brussels sprouts, I love Brussels sprouts now, and I realized it was just the cook. It wasn't the fruit. I mean, it wasn't the vegetable. It was the cook. The way that they would cook them, they would make them all mushy. So now I usually grill my Brussels sprouts. or put them on top of some salmon. Oh, yes. And then let them just as long as the salmon is going to cook, because you know it don't take that long. Oh, that's a beautiful color. Let's pull this. We're going to just pull it and make it look like there's a leaf coming from up there, a stem coming from up there, and coming down here because we need a stem. Pull that down there. I like that. That's beautiful. A G, G. Does that mean, what does that G mean? Is that a G or not? What is that G? Fresh beets roasted with fresh garlic, onion, and olive oil is heavenly. Ooh, that sounds good. Fresh beets. So I mean I gotta go to the store and get some fresh beets. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that. Um, Roasted beetroot with goat's cheese. What kind of goat's cheese? Any kind of goat's cheese? I have just started baking cabbage and it tastes the best ever. Now, cabbage is one of them things I stopped putting bacon. I stopped doing it the way I just usually put my cabbage in olive oil and just keep, tossing it around a little bit. That's all I do with my cabbage now. Unless I make dirty cabbage, you put the sausage in it and some other stuff in it. But I don't put all the bacon and stuff in it anymore. This is beautiful. All right, we got one more. Got one more. Or two. One more. That one's pretty. That one's, oh, that one's not. We use green, that green. Let's use a different green. Bacon in the oven. Okay, I'm gonna have to try that, Bridget. What do you put it what do you put on it? You put olive oil, like you put it same way, and then just put it in the oven and bake it? I'm here for learning new things, especially with some cabbage. With my greens, I don't cook my greens, I don't boil the crap out of my greens. So I fry my greens, I put them in some oil first, and let them, make that because greens make their own water. And then I put a little of red pepper flakes in them because I like spicy greens. And then I let the water do the rest, kind of come in from the oil. But yeah, I don't boil them like I was raised. I don't have to eat like that anymore. Now, every now and then, when I want some, I call them bad greens. Then I'll get some pork and throw over in there. But I make sure I don't have them people who don't eat pork at my house, because y'all know I got people that don't eat pork anymore. And usually, when you come to my house, I try not to make 5 different meals. I adhere to anybody's dietary restrictions. Then that means mostly we probably gonna go out to eat. I love when somebody come to the house and be like, "You got some dietary restrictions?" I'd be like, "Nope." I'll be like, "Boom, bet." Because that means I don't have to be in the kitchen trying to figure out what I'm gonna cook. Then when we got the people with the diet, because y'all know Crystal, she was here. She don't eat pork. And y'all know I'm gonna chase a pig down to get my bacon and my pork chop. I haven't had a good pork chop in a while. That's a pretty color. I don't know. Let me see. Let's see what color that one is. This one is. Oh, that's umber. Really? Let's see. Yes, it says umber. Well, that is very beautiful. Very much so beautiful. Cabbage and potatoes with turmeric and celery seeds is tasty. Yes. Sometimes I add turkey, kelps or slices. Great one potato meal. Chewing on a bone. Okay, Italian style herbs would work. Yeah, I like those. I like just roasting a whole beetroot like a baked potato, skin on. Really? Okay, I'm gonna have to try that. So we're basically saying the beetroot we can bake like I do my sweet potatoes. I'll have to save some sweet potatoes because the dogs they have sweet potatoes and peas and carrots and either chicken, beef, or turkey because they are I'm kind of switching them over to what you call it. They're not eating a whole lot of dog food. So their bank account can afford them to kind of have some steak in their dinner, because 3 times a week we have been giving them chicken. So now I'm going to just kind of bring them over onto more of a raw diet, because y'all know why. The dog food company, they're just the dog foods. One or two of the dogs, they have like allergies, and I know it comes from the food. So we got 10 of them, and our oldest Roddy is what, 14. Lauren is 14. Boaz is 8, and then Lily Rose is 4. Brandy is, wait, no, Lily Rose is 5. Brandy is 4. Because we got Brandy when we moved here. So we've been here for 4 years. So we got Brandy. We moved in February and we got Brandy in May. So Brandy is 4. And Lily Rose is a year older than her. There we go. That's beautiful. Bring that on down. Put that there. There. Bring that a little bit right there. Love it. Love it. Love it. I like learning new ways to cook. There's this guy that I shared with Morena. He's on YouTube, and excuse me. He's always doing of course, healthy ways. He gives you healthy ways, but he's always given um some ways that I would have never thought doing with some food. That's why I was like the other guy, he was talking about the raw dog food, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do it more than 3 times a week. I'm just gonna go. So for the next month, the rest of this month, I started Monday. The dogs will be, they'll go a whole month of me fixing their food. And I'm going to, what do you call it? I'm going to make it in big batches and then freeze it. And then that way, when I only have to pull out a bowl, and then everybody gets a little bit, because they don't need to eat a lot, because they're going to be eating very, very rich. So they got sweet potatoes, like we use sweet potatoes and give them a little sweet potato as their little treats, instead of all this processed food, because this processed stuff is just, it's not. I want healthy dogs. And being that we breed dogs, I want the moms to be good, and I want the dads to be good. So I want to invest in my dogs. And dog food is not, they want their money too. They got to pay for their vacations too. So I guess they need a whole lot of money too. That's why I was glad my doctor took me off, told me I don't need to took me off all that medicine. She's like, well, I think you're going to be okay. You're good. Just don't do this and you don't have to do that. And I was like, Lord, thank you. Because I mean, pharmaceuticals, I feel like that's the biggest, I'm not going to say ripoff, but I feel like that's the biggest place where a lot of people, when we get older, the money goes is to to pharmaceuticals. And I feel like if we just eat better, and we try to eat better, and it's unfortunate, that's a whole nother thing, is you can't eat better when they're from the seed up, or if it has a seed. Like I told Mr. McCoy, it's watermelon season. Don't bring me no seedless watermelon. I don't want a seedless watermelon. I'm used to watermelon having seeds in it. I'm used to fighting to spit the seeds out. I'm okay with that. It's my granddaughter. She's like, Granny, why you got all these seeds in your watermelon? I said, because that's how watermelons are supposed to be. She's like, well, mine don't have seeds in them. I was like, well, okay, well, your body probably will be able to fight off all that because you're in that era. I'm not in that era. I need my watermelon to have seeds in it. And I'm trying to get the daughter to come and at least start the fresh growing, and then get my uncle to come and tend to it, because y'all know I'm not doing no gardening. Because that's them snakes be in the garden too much. All right, what's that one? Let's put some purple. Let's pop some purple in here. Just a little bit. Just let it kind of look like it's coming from back there. There's a little bit right there, and that one goes over there. And then this one kind of comes under here, maybe like a little grapey like. Then we're gonna pull the stem to come because everything has to have a stem. Then come up here, pop that in there, and pop that boop 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 right there. Oh, that is pop a color. See, look at this. Mood color has done great. Love you. Gotta run. All right, see you later. Please leave my seeds alone. You either pay to eat well or you pay to treat disease. Lisa, 100%. 100%. I think we have become lazy about food and want everything available always instead of enjoying the foods of the season. I agree. Now, I will say when the seedless watermelons first came out, I was just like, well, what are they doing? Where's this watermelon coming from? But now that I started realizing some when I got back here in the States and realized that that was not a real watermelon, and now that I've stopped eating a lot of food, so basically what Cookie says, start eating foods that are have to be cooked, not microwavable stuff, but it has to be cooked. Um, these last 6 months of going to my new doctor has made my A1C a whole better being. I feel better. I've lost weight. I feel healthier than I've been in a mighty long time. Right. So, but again, sometimes that's where money comes in. Sometimes people can't even afford to eat healthy. Carol Buckingham, did I speak you up, Carol? Carol, I was running in the meadows today and I was running vicariously with your horses and all the things. Like literally, I was running. I was running with the dogs, but you couldn't tell me I didn't have a horse because, well, y'all know my righties. They look about as big as horses. All right, I'm going to kind of, I feel like I want to put something in there and I'm just going to put purple in there and make it look like there's a flower popping up back through there somewhere. That's what that's going to be. That purple is pretty. Like it. Then I'm going to, once these dry, I'm going to stamp on them. Shoot, I don't even have a kitchen. It's mostly microwave for me. Oh, Eddie. So, Eddie, you don't cook? You don't cook at all? And I mean, how is that for you? Because you're a chef. Like, feel like I just want to come on over to the ranch. You can have my kitchen. You can have my kitchen. We have a kitchen. Look, we got a whole tiny house out there. I'll put your own kitchen in there. You can't cook. You're saying you can't cook there because we know you can cook. Cookie said I get free veggies from my parents' garden. Yes. Mighty microwave is the workhorse in our kitchen. Our microwave now. Our microwave works. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, my microwave works. Once I learned how to bake a baked potato in the microwave, I was like, whoa. But I was kind of concerned. It's like, wait, so what's wrong with this potato? So I went and did 3, 4 different potatoes. I was like, so does this mean this potato is like made somewhere that it can be done in the microwave? So I don't know. Lindsay, I got rid of our microwave. The hubby didn't like it, but oh well. Oh, yeah, I use the microwave. Now I'm gonna warm up some food. I will warm up some food. And I think now the most thing my microwave does, truthfully, if I'm to be honest, is warm up my coffee. I think that's what it does the most. Everything else, like Mr. McCoy bought me that food ninja, that ninja, foodie ninja or whatever. He uses it. And when he uses it, I don't want what he cooks in it. Because when he cooks whatever he cooks in it, it's parts of it is processed. And I can tell from the time, like a couple times when I've eaten it, my sugar will be sky high. So when he cooks, and I told him, I was like, well, you can use it for you because you don't have a food problem. You can eat anything. I can't. So warm up our food in the oven. Yeah. My grandma, she took a long time for her to use a microwave. But now that she done got that sucker going and how she talked about how easy it is now. I was like, if it can be cooked in the microwave, if I probably, and let me say this, if I probably wasn't a diabetic, it probably wouldn't be a problem. But because it affects it's processed food, then whatever it is affects my numbers. I have to leave it alone. Like I cooked me a steak. We had steaks the other day. Just like, oh, Cookie says I don't have a microwave nor an air fryer. Oh Lord, I can cook, but I'm a better baker. See, I feel like a baker and a cooker need to get together. Corn on the cob in the husk, 3 minutes. Really? Don't tell Mr. McCoy that, because I like the way he takes his corn. He takes his corn, he don't shuck it or nut. He takes the corn and submerges it in a tub full of apple juice, and then he throws it on the grill after 2 days of soaking. Oh my goodness. So yeah, don't tell him that. That might be a new way of he feel like he can cook the corn on the cob. But y'all know I've also left corn on the cob alone too. Cause that's the first thing they was bothering with. Corn and potato. No, corn and tomatoes. So around the corner up the road, because I'm a little country girl here. I watch the people put stuff out there. And the one guy has on his farm no spray. So there's no spraying going on anywhere near, because he owns about 400 acres. But on the city road, he has no spray up and down all the way to about a mile past, because spray, it travels. You might have a yard, your stuff might not be um sprayed, but if your neighbors is spraying, that it kind of comes over on yours, you know. And the USDA, they test for only so much. Apple juice, yes, Marina, apple juice. So you go to the store and buy corn that's not shucked, and just kind of make sure it's open a little bit and put it in a bucket or something filled with apple juice, regular apple juice. And the apple juice he uses is it's like that baby apple juice that comes in the gallons. Sometimes he used apple cider one time, but it tasted kind of different, because apple cider tastes different than apple juice. And then he leaves it in there for about a day or two, and then he puts it on the grill. Well, he was smoking it, but his smoker went out. Yeah, you'll love it. Tell you, you'll never eat corn the same. You think that corn that we had when you were here was good, but and that's why I told him, I was like, God, I wish you'd cook some corn. But hey, he ain't even cooked the ribs, so oh, I can no longer eat tomatoes or beef. I miss that prime rib. Oh, Lynn, I had that, but I can't. So when you talk about that, it has to be Angus beef, because again, whatever they're putting in the beef to sell it and make it look good, it bothers with things going on in this here body, and I'm okay with it. So it has to be Angus beef. We were in Mooresville yesterday. Most of the races we go to are in Winston-Salem. We do come to Charlotte for a fall race. So did you go to Carla was saying the races are back in Charlotte? So Lisa, is your husband, is he driving again? How is he doing? Let's pop that in there. See, the brush is doing all the work. I'm not worrying about it. I'm just slapping it down, just wiggling it around. Then later on, we'll come back and put some definition or not. That's why I say when you're doing watercolor, don't stress over it. Just slap it down. I always know my blobs are going to turn into flowers, so I still don't worry about it. That kind of looks like a rose, which just led me to haven't done one in a while. I'm in Wilkes County today, Lisa. Wilkes County. Nobody remembered the movie I was talking about? And that was about a family in West Virginia that was bootlegging. God, I can't remember the name of that movie. I bet you if Mr. McCoy's on here, he'd know it. Bet you he would remember it. He must have didn't realize I was live. Well, my time was different today, so if you're really trying to figure out, like, what? No, I changed my time. What time is it? Oh, wait, say, because I've been having fun. I've just been enjoying myself. That's why I wanted to exude joy out in the world today. That's what I wanted to do. From my studio to your coming through your screen to bring you some joy, joy, joy. All right, I gotta get my center perfect. I ain't did a rose in a while. Look at she, it's like riding a bike. You don't forget it. Look at there. Tip it in, let it touch. Oh yeah, that's very much so beautiful. Then the bigger it goes out, you just kind of put more water down. Depending on how big you want the petals. Boom. Racing in this area started when Moonshine Runners got together and started. Yeah, that's what Lisa, that's what Carla gave us that little education earlier. So, Lisa, I was talking about a movie. It came out probably about 10 years ago, maybe. And it was about this family that lived in West Virginia, in the hills of West Virginia. And the movie kind of comes on where you can see all these steel lights up in the mountains. But this family was very, like, they serviced all of the clubs because their moonshine was the best. Karen, was that movie? Lawless. Yes, Lynn. Thank you. Thank you. God, that is it. Yes, that was a good movie. Because y'all know Virginia, my versions of Virginia was with the Waltons. You know, we didn't have, you didn't have that on the Waltons. You had wood and learning about the trees and appreciating the trees. That's why I want I cherish my pines that I have in my yard because of the Waltons. But yes, Lynn, that's it. It was lawless. Thank you so much. So, so much. Paper and Promise. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I realized I hadn't created a rose in a minute, so I had to hold on. Lauren and got up and running. Make sure ain't nobody at the gate. Nobody's there. She's barking at the neighbor. Just kind of put a little bit more there, make that look more defined. There we go. Beautiful. But Lawless was a good movie. Yes, yes, that movie. I looked at that movie a couple times. I haven't seen anything about it. Like, usually on Prime you see, how the movies come out again. I haven't seen that. That movie was so good. It was a good. I don't know a thing about moonshine, making it and all the things, but y'all know I told y'all I have a family member. He just died last year. He used to make moonshine out of sweet potatoes and corn. That's the extent of my knowledge. I'm very ignorant to the fact. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Lawless on Pluto. Oh, is it? I don't have Pluto. Julie Parker, what you doing up this early, girl? Now you know it's early because y'all know Julie Parker. It's already Friday morning. Julie Parker is in Australia. That is beautiful. See, that's what you do. You pull out some paint, slap some paint on some paper, and then when you just sit back and look at it and just be like, oh, that's beautiful. Like, look at my rose. And this is quinacridone kind of mixed in with a little magenta. So I put down more, not a whole lot of pigment, but kind of mix it up, make it really when you're going around the outside. But when you want on going on the inside, I'm using magenta because I want my center to be very, very defined. So we got that one over there. So I'm gonna come in the middle because it's gonna kind of be a bouquet. And the only time I probably grip down on my brush is when I'm doing the center of a rose, but I'm still not choking it. So you just kind of do half C's, right? That's a half one there, and then you come back across the top. That's a half one there. And you do it opposite over there, right? And then start laying that brush down. That one got too much water on it. So we're gonna bring that out, make that a, we still gonna make it work for us. That was a lot of water. Drop you some water, I mean some pigment in there. And lay the brush down. There we go. Because if the center is defined, then that's what makes the rose really pop out. And my water is dirty too. Just pop some color in there. Go. See, we're gonna make it come like let that blossom. Trust the process. Look at that. Oh, that's beautiful. That's very much so beautiful. Then come down here and get another darker color and go in the very center and just dab it in because it's very wet. Just let it do its thing. And come out there, kind of lay it out there. There we go. Boop. Round, petal, boop, 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 boop. Gotta have the sound effects. Boop, boop. There we go. All right. That is it. That is very much so beautiful. And then I'm going to let this dry because I don't want to contaminate the green because the green, because it's still wet. I don't like it in my roses. Me personally, I don't like this look. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because I want you to see. I want you to see. Where? Oh, and it might not do it. It might be dry enough. Because we're going to come there. Because it's going to come through. That's dry enough, so it's not. But see, it's going to bleed. And I don't like for it to bleed. I like to have a clean come through. There, see how that's bleeding right there? I mean, it's okay. So we got 3 stems. So you see the bleeding right there? Lawless must remember for the hubs and his brother. Carla, they will love it. Fresh peaches are so good. Nothing better than Georgia peach. So that's what I was trying to avoid. But it's okay. It's not bad. But and because I touch it and pull through. Because you know, you want the roses to have the little boop boop on it. There we go. And pull that through there. Mix that a little bit. Get me that pretty, pretty green. Come through there, kind of go through there and come out through there. Just plop it down. Bloop, bloop, go. Doop, 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 doop. There we go. Boop, boop. Well, let's put a bold one down here. I want to come out of there. Let's see what we get. Come up and drop it. Come up and drop it. Come up and drop it. Boop, 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 boop. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at my roses. Okay, so I'm gonna get ready to get off here because PMR's video coming on at 3 and I need to go eat. And I want to be slapping some paint on something. I'm probably gonna pull my gel plate out and make some backgrounds. Now these aren't done, but I want them to dry. I was gonna stamp my flowers, but my sentiments will get stamped on these. So, okay, I'm gonna bring these out, all these that we've done, and I hope that I've inspired and given someone. Maybe the day wasn't great and 100%, and maybe you're just trying to find your hope. I hope I shared. I literally hope I shared some of my hope, and that it gave you a little bit of, what can I say? Gave you a little bit of strength just to take one more step, right? And to give you a little bit more faith, right? And to remember, to kind of remind yourself that your life isn't hopeless, right? You do not have to understand everything that's going on, but just remember, you're not in it alone. Over here at Create Joy Studio, I'm in it with you. I'm praying for you. Oh, I didn't put leaves on that one. I'll do that one later. But look at this is what my joy looked like today. This is what running in the field just made me so freaking happy that I just came in here and slapped this paint on this paper. Look at this one. Oh, that's just beautiful. So, hope on the desk. This is what hope looks like. So, I will see you guys later. I want you to remember, take a deep breath. You're still here. And if you're on team replay or if you're in the balcony and you haven't said hello, hello, welcome to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, here's my personal invitation. Do hit that subscribe button and that bell notification all so that you'll be notified when I either change the time or when I go live. Because here for World Watercolor Month, I am slapping paint on paper every day for the rest of July, all of July. My regular scheduled time is Monday and Wednesday, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. But for July, I'm here for World Watercolor Month to bring all this joy to you. So just know that God still loves you. I love you. And hope is still available to you if you're still alive. So, my friends, I want you to remember, love out loud. See you guys later.